Breaking news. LeBron James leaves the Miami Heat to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This sports rant is brought to you by fuck you, LeBron. Never really liked the guy ever since the decision. It's not that I don't appreciate what he does on the court. He's phenomenal. Arguably the best player in the world. Whatever that means. That said, I can't just appreciate what he does on the court because it's his antics and the way he just essentially goes about his business in general that I have a problem with. And I wake up, as a Laker fan, as an NBA fan, mind you, I have been following the NBA free agency like many of you all have. Sorry about these bumps. I'm leaving work right now. Waking up, I turn to Twitter, everybody that I follow, and try and see what the haps is, what's going on, what's the latest. And it's just, the buzzword is source. A source said this, a source said that, blah, blah, blah. The only source I care about is a hip-hop magazine that had been around forever. To be honest, I don't even know if it's still around. I haven't read it in a minute. The thing is that nobody really knows unless you're that individual and you're a family member that is more than likely keeping details close to vest because, well, your superstar doesn't want you to leak that information just yet, nor does his agent. There's leverage issues. There's a lot of reasons why. The fact of the matter is again, I've never really liked LeBron James because of how he goes about his business, the manner in which he conducts it at times. Now, I started to gain a little bit more respect for the guy after years that he left the Cleveland Cavaliers. But he's at it again. I couldn't stand Dwight Howard and how he went about shit, and now you've got LeBron James. Let me tell you what I'm talking about, because a lot of you guys that do like the guy
and are like, what are you talking about, Chris? What's the problem? You're just being a fucking hater. Why are you sipping on that haterade, bruh?
No, I'm not just sipping on fucking haterade. Because if I was, that shit would be delicious. And I would share it with all of you motherfuckers out there. Truth of the matter is I don't care for the fact that the reports by some really prestigious writers and columnists and people that do their diligence before they report a story. And all indications are that the Cleveland Cavaliers have in fact spoken to or reached out. Let me digress a second. They have reached out to Mike Miller and Ray Allen. Why? Because LeBron James would like to play with them. Whoop do you fucking do? This dude is like, I want this, I want that. Oh, let's go get it for you, LeBron. What, you want a spritzer? Oh, is that, you want some chicken teriyaki with what in it? Just no rice? Whatever, dude. I'm just exaggerating, obviously. But this dude wants two guys that he used to play with that he likes. And the thing is the reports have stated that Ray Allen wants to play with him as well. So I'm not denying the fact that if it's a reciprocated thing and it's mutual, basically, fine, fuck, that's cool. Go ahead, play with him. But that's not the point. It was initiated, according to sources, ironic, that LeBron is specifically handpicking these individuals because he enjoys playing with them. And they are individuals he would like to play with in Cleveland. Now, the other reports are that Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, all these moves that went on today and last night to clear cap space for Cleveland to bring in LeBron James, and actually, sidebar, to actually try and trade for Kevin Love on the side, to team them up together. This has all been done to try and lure LeBron. But these are some big business moves. Despite the reports saying that they're doing it all without getting any assurance from LeBron James, that's some bullshit. His agent met with Cleveland over the weekend, so there is some form of indication that there's mutual interest. That's all it takes, to get the ball rolling. If you're Cleveland, you've got to make every concerted effort to try and lure the guy. So you may not get an assurance per se, but who's to say that, and we weren't in that meeting room, you nor I, but who's to say that that agent didn't lay out a punch list of items that if you do X, Y, and Z, it will look much more enticing to Mr. King James. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened, based on my experience of following the NBA, following salary caps, following everything. I'm pretty knowledgeable with a lot of needless shit that I'm not involved in. It was all strategic, and they're doing it to get their man. So I know how business works. I'm not hating on the fact that Cleveland does it. Dan Gilbert, despite that crazy ass letter he wrote and had up until recently, they took it down. So that's a whole different freaking issue. I don't know why, the city of Cleveland, what it means to LeBron James is bigger than that letter and bigger than his disdain for Dan Gilbert. It means more to him. So if he goes back to Cleveland, he's disregarding that and just chalking it up to Dan being an asshole. At the end of the day, Dan Gilbert can't be any bigger of a dick than Donald Sterling. So I guess it's the lesser of two evils. Now, let me get to my issue with LeBron James. My biggest fucking issue with this douchebag is the fact that he's cherry picking his players that are going to be around him so he can win his championships. That's bullshit, because I'm not 20 years old. I'm not this kid that just turned on the television to get enamored by the Miami Heat trio that was handpicked and put together to win multiple titles. So you won multiple titles. That's fucking great. Whatever. For the bandwagon fans that were suddenly Miami fucking Heat fans. I don't subscribe to that kind of plan. Did it make money for the city and for them? Of course. So fuck, whatever. In the interest of making money, then yes. But I'm old school in the sense that when you had the teams of old, you didn't cherry pick your players that way. Let me take that back. Management, the owners, they cherry picked who they wanted. Did they have a conversation with Kobe Bryant on bringing in Shaquille O'Neal? I could go back to a lot of the trades that happened. Of course, there may be a dialogue, there may be a dinner, there may be in passing, it may be in the locker room, wherever it's at. Of course it fucking takes place. I'm not stupid. Having said that, management ran their teams back in the day. That shit ain't like that no more. And that's what pisses me off, is that the players have so much weight now that they run the show. And they can cherry pick who they want to put together. So you mean to tell me that when you build dream teams now, that it's amazing that they get to the finals? It's amazing that they win multiple championships? No, that's fucking not amazing. That's expected. That's what you're doing. You're putting together the best of the best. So at critical positions, of course they're going to be fucking competitive, especially in the East. But I'll tell you this much. That Miami team does not do what they do. They do not get to the finals that often, nor win those titles if they're in the West. That's not their fault per se that they're in the East. But that shit was strategically fucking put together. Fuck. That's why them motherfuckers don't stay in the West.
Let's see you, Philippe.
They're in the East for a reason. And the East sucks big donkey balls for a reason. So this whole cherry picking, putting your teams together bullshit, it's bullshit. And I don't like it. And I don't like that he's orchestrated it since he left Cleveland. And now he's doing it again. So his legacy may be cemented one day as having won multiple titles. Maybe even 5. Maybe more. Doubt it. But you never know. But there's a fucking asterisk in my book with that shit, because guys like Magic Johnson, and I fucking name a billion of them, They didn't do it that way. And that's what I have a problem with. When Jordan won his titles, yeah, his team was stacked. But that's not the point. It wasn't always stacked. He didn't have everybody. He didn't have Kukoc, Paxson. He didn't have Hodges. He didn't have Cartwright. He didn't have Scottie Pippen. He did not have all of those guys at one time, which is why Jordan didn't always win a championship when he first came into the league from North Carolina. Management put together the right pieces. They had a vision, and they did what turned out to be, they put together what turned out to be a fucking great team. One of the greatest ever. The San Antonio Spurs, they are the epitome of how you get shit done. Greg Popovich is the epitome of what you do as a coach. That's how you do shit. I don't like them because I'm a Laker fan, but they do shit right. And it was evident when they just fucking demolished everybody in the playoffs this past season. So I may be bitching over shit that it's just the new way of doing business in the NBA, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. I don't usually cuss this much, but it really pisses me off because just when I thought I might like LeBron James again, or ever, I've never really liked him just because I guess I don't really know. I just fucking didn't like him. Just being honest with you. I just remember when he was being touted as the best ever human being in the history of fucking ever when he was in high school, and it didn't sit well with me. He got himself in trouble with the car situation, all of that stuff, but he was interesting when he was with Cleveland, so I'll give him that. I didn't hate him, but as time went on and ultimately when he had the decision, it didn't sit well with me how he went about it. So he donated the money that was created from that show to the Boys and Girls Club or whatnot. I mean, that's cool. I mean, do something positive with the money. But again, the handpicking, that's what I didn't like. That's the single most reason why I've got an issue with LeBron James. And he's doing it again. So his thirst to catch up to Kobe and surpass him, potentially even surpass Michael Jordan, is more important than how you get there. Doesn't matter if you get it by way of chemistry and trusting in your management, and they put together the team that you build synergy and have great chemistry, or doesn't matter. You just fucking win them. Even if you do cherry pick your players, or you're a superstar that hand picks your players. So I want to hear what you guys think. If it matters to you guys how you attain those titles, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Feel free to sign up for any of my, most importantly, subscribe to this motherfucker. I'm just saying. Then you don't have to look anywhere else. When I upload some bullshit, you'll get it. If you're bored, feel like losing some brain cells, you can listen to me. See, and the whole point isn't that I'm kicking down some knowledge that you guys have never heard about. That's not the point. That's not why I make these videos. I make them because I want to, number one, but I make them to engage with all of you. It's the best way to get some shit out to the masses. And the whole point is to engage you guys and have this dialogue and have a conversation on YouTube, because my world doesn't just revolve around those that I know on Facebook or those that I work with, live with, and or family members. It's whoever stumbles across my video that I want to get to know you. To be honest with you, I want to get to know what you think. I don't know if I want to know you. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just playing. I want to know what you guys think. I want to have a conversation with you guys. Speculate. It's kind of fun. After all, that's the whole fucking point of Twitter. Everybody's speculating. Sources. Fucking S word. Fucking hate it. So go ahead and leave a comment. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Follow my blog, Twitter. The blog doesn't have much content yet. I've got a couple items up, but I got this really cool feature where it has like a voicemail. So it'd be kind of cool if you left a voicemail, maybe provide topics on things that you want me to talk about, things that you want reviewed, all that stuff. That's the point of it. I really want to hear from you guys in that regard. not hear some bullshit like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hear from Zach Bushy, because that's just how he rolls. Yeah, talking about you, fucker. That's about it. So fuck LeBron. I'm out. I've got sources in different area codes. I'm talking about that 313.